Hey guys, and welcome to the Captain Fizz and Mask Guy show. It's been a wild few days for the Captain and I, maybe a little bit more him than me. And we're going to talk about that stuff and a few other things on the show, so don't you dare go away. Hit the music.
Hey guys, welcome back to the Captain Fizz and Mask Guy show. I am Captain Fizz.
And greetings from the 7th moon of thunder. I am that Mask Guy.
And I think tonight we've got a whole bunch of different things we're going to talk about, so we're going to try to squeeze it into our normal 30 to 45 minute mark. There's a lot. It's been a crazy weekend.
It has been absolutely crazy. I guess, for me, it started last Thursday. I was interviewed at the Final Deletion podcast and talked about some of my e-fetting experiences. And that was quite interesting. If you guys haven't heard it, part 2 of that podcast where I'm featured is up on our Facebook page. Just look, search the Captain Fizz and Mask Guy on Facebook, and you will come to our page. You may have to scroll down a few things down there, but the podcast is there. It was definitely felt weird. I have a feeling maybe 10 years older than some of the 3 people that were interviewing me. Although I did discover that I knew at least, I knew 2 of the hosts through experiences through e-fetting. It's an interesting listen. I recommend you guys go check that out. And if they're listening to the podcast, thanks you guys for having me on. It was a great experience. Having got that kind of out of the side, you kind of had a bit of a wild weekend.
Yeah, and of course, and I really didn't want to get into this right away, so I'm just going to mention it, and then we're going to come back to it, because we got some other stuff we want to, delve into first. The little things that you kind of showed me, which I find entertaining. But this weekend was Horrorcon here in Winnipeg, Manitoba, put on by C4. I really wasn't sure what to expect, but it was absolutely wonderful experience. I am still exhausted, and it is Monday here. I guarantee when you guys listen to this on Tuesday night, I'm probably still going to be exhausted. Because, of course, on top of being at Horrorcon, I have basically been editing and changing all the pictures to include our website. Which is awesome. It's a little extra little thing for everybody. So basically, every picture that we put on our Facebook page, so Captain Fizz and the Masked Man, Mask Guy, whatever you want to call it. We'll actually we'll actually have our website, so www.fizzmaskshow.com. So that's kind of a new feature that we started rolling out. And I love the fact that my phone actually allows me to do this. It's so awesome.
I have to say, when you first mentioned this to me yesterday, I wasn't quite sure what you meant, but when I went off and you saw the photos that you did post to our Facebook page, they're really epic. I like it. I like it a lot.
I gotta say, the guy I brought with me for Horrorcon was an absolutely phenomenal photographer. So definitely he will be involved with us a lot more, especially with FanQuest coming up. So this is something huge that we've started doing, especially with the S7. The S7 has a wonderful camera. Not that I'm plugging the S7, it just happens to be what I use.
Yeah, and I got an iPhone.
Yeah, the camera is just far superior on an S7. Like, I had an S5 for the longest time, and I thought the camera was awesome. the first picture I took with my S7 absolutely blew my mind. So what we're going to talk about today is a very unique idea that you showed me, which was basically actors and actresses who are both in Lord of the Rings, which is a very favorite movie of ours.
Lord of the Rings and The Hobbit.
And The Hobbit.
And when I'm going to interject. When I first heard this idea, it's like, no, there's not that many actors that have went off and been in both. And then I realized that there's about 8 or 9 different actors.
There's actually 11.
There's 11 actors. Like, wow, that have appeared in the 5 movies of Middle Earth that Peter Jackson went off and created.
5. No, it's 6 because The Hobbit was done as 3.
The Hobbit was 3. Probably could have been done in 2. But who am I to complain? I love those movies anyway. But I was just like, when I first heard, I was like, no, there couldn't be that many. And I was just blown away. And it's like, oh, yeah, that's right. He was in this. And like, oh, she's been in both. Like, I just...
And honestly, some of them completely blew my mind because I really didn't think of them in these movies. And when it comes to paper and it shows you a picture of them and, tells you who they were, it's mind-blowing. So we'll kind of get into it a little bit. So, of course, the very first one, I think, is the most obvious. Liv Tyler, who played Arwen in Lord of the Rings, and she played Betsy Ross, which is Bruce Banner's girlfriend. So that's kind of like wide difference there. Like a very... Yeah, I can't. Arwen is like every guy's crush.
And, Betsy Ross can be every guy's crush. It's interesting because...
Except for you would have the Hulk getting mad at you.
So, yeah, I mean, and so the Hulk, or the Incredible Hulk, actually, if we're going to get technical, was the second movie that was actually associated with what is called the Marvel Cinematic Universe. And, yeah, it was epic. I have to... I completely forgot that she was in that movie, let alone that, it was, part of, of the MCU. So I'm actually... I like, wow. I'm tongue-tied.
The one that actually I didn't realize until I kind of read it was Hugo Weaving, who played Elrond... Yes, Elrond. Wow, I can't read my own writing. From Lord of the Rings, and also Red Skull, in Captain America.
Captain America, the first Avenger.
I actually didn't even realize that.
And I'd actually completely forgot that. I mean, he also was in the V for Vendetta,
yes,
playing V, and was in the Matrix trilogy as Agent... I want to say Agent Smith, but I'm probably...
I believe it was Agent Smith.
And so it'd be... this is definitely... he's a genre actor. I'd love to actually meet him. But, I mean, I was like, one of those guys like, oh, yeah, that's right, he was in both,
Another one is Richard Armitage, who plays Thorin Oakenshield in the Lord of the Rings franchise.
In the Hobbit trilogy.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then he plays Heinz Kruger, who's a Hydra agent who tries to steal the formula.
So another one that was from the
Captain America.
Captain America First Avenger.
Yeah, and then you got Lee Pace, who was the Elven King, Thranduil, who was also Ronan the Accuser. That
one blew my mind. It's like, what? No, really?
And then you got Andy Serkis, who played Golem or Smeagol, depending on how you actually want to view him. And then Ulyss Klaw, I don't know. I think that's a relatively new name. I'm not quite sure. I should have written down more.
He was the guy who got his hand cut off in the Avengers 2.
Right.
And he's going to be a baddie in Black Panther.
Yes. And then there's Evangeline Lilly, who really don't have to explain who she was. She was Toriel, who was actually not in the book. She was created specifically as a love interest for Legolas. And, of course, she was the new Wasp in Ant-Man, Hope Van Dyne.
Yeah, the son of
Daughter.
Well, I don't know, a little bit of both. I mean, she seems to have, but yeah, she was Henry Pym and Janet Van Dyne's daughter.
Yes, and then Martin Freeman, who played Bilbo Baggins, really don't have to explain that one at all. And Everett Ross, who's going to be in the Black Panther as well,
and who had some scenes in Civil War as well.
Yes, Benedict Cumberbatch. Now this one here, you and I both are a little, taken back on this one,
and just considering that, I mean, of course, in the Hobbit, trilogy, he plays Smaug. He plays Doctor Strange in Doctor Strange.
Yeah,
but you told me this. It completely blew my mind. The way he actually did the voice. He was the voice actor, and actually portrayed the Necromancer in the Hobbit.
Yeah. So not only did he do multiple roles in in Lord of the Rings, which we were not aware of. He did a dual role in Doctor Strange as well. So yes, he was Doctor Strange, but he was also Dormammu.
He wasn't listed as that, but I mean, anybody who's seen the spoilers or any of the Easter eggs about it, videos knows about that. But that was completely forgotten.
For a guy to go in and not and play dual roles in not just one but two different movies is pretty epic, and he is an awesome actor. So David Wenham played Faramir, brother of Boromir, I believe it was. If I got that wrong, I should really question my my geekness here. He plays also in the new Iron Fist
TV series.
He's going to play the corporate head of the Rand Corporation, Harold Meacham. So brand new TV series there for the Iron Fist. I'm excited for that one.
I'm actually really looking forward to that, because that series is the last step before we get to the Defenders, which looks really exciting.
Yeah, and then there's Kate Blanchett, who played Galadriel, and she's going to be playing Hela, Queen of the Asgardians.
Underworld,
yes.
The Asgardian Underworld, yeah.
And then Carl Urban played Eomer, Rider of the Rohan, and he's going to be playing Scourge the Executioner. And that excites me. That's a very exciting role. And I really apologize if all that seemed very, very fast. But, there's so much we could say about this list, but there's so much more to this show. And so much more that we really want to talk about. And especially yesterday with such an exciting event for Horrorcon and everything leading up the next month or so for us, as well as everything. This is a busy year for us.
And we'll be getting into that after we come back from our little break. So, yeah, I don't know. I need to get a little bit better at these things.
Sit back, enjoy the music.
And relax. Relax.
Drink a beer for us.
Animaniacs.
Oh, God, no. So enjoy this music, and we will be right back talking about Horrorcon. Hey guys, welcome back to the Captain Fizz and Mask Guy show. So we were talking a little bit about actors and actresses who were both in Lord of the Rings as well as the Marvel Cinematic Universe, and there's a lot. There's 11 different names.
That was a pretty big deal. I guess for me, it just went off. Again, it blew my mind just on that. And, it's like, well, big deal, so look at,